Two Dominican women walked in. One was light-skinned, slim, petite, with tattoos, but she was gorgeous. The other one had to be about 5'6" or whatever, curvy, looking like walking poetry. She was poetry in motion. What's going on, guys? This is one and only Travel Time with Paul. Make sure you like and subscribe, share this video. Before we get into the topic of the video, I would like to give a mini monologue. I would like to thank all 6,000 plus people for subscribing to me. I do have more content on the way for you guys. I'm gonna stop moving slow with the content, and I'm gonna stop announcing the day and time when I'm gonna drop content. I'm just gonna drop it, surprise you guys. But I digress. Another thing, what's up with these guys that keep coming into my comment section talking about some, who hurt you? What type of woman hurt you? Y'all sound like the very same black women that y'all complain about. But this is what I wanna know. Bitch, what black woman hurt you? What black woman inspires you to go get your passport? Got you all in the YouTube comment section, all in the Facebook group complaining about them. I got my passport. I ain't gotta worry about black women no more. They gonna die alone. They gonna die with a goldfish, a dog, and a cat, like Kevin Samuel said. Who hurt you, bitch? And then y'all talking about some, y'all going over there looking for a wife, a woman, a traditional wife, but then yet, when y'all go to these places, you posting pictures of food at KFC and McDonald's. How come that traditional woman ain't cooking that food for you? Why ain't you posting a plate of food that so-called traditional woman you went all the way over there to look for cook for you? Y'all want y'all cake and eat it too. When you ask one of y'all, damn, it seems like you only going out of 304s when you go to these places. Ain't nobody trying to get married right now. Motherfucker, that's what you was pushing, though. You said we going over there to look for traditional wives. Who trying to get married? Cause y'all full of shit. Y'all trying to relive the lifestyle that you missed out on in the 80s and 90s. That's what's going on, you playing catch up. Well, I got something for you. Next Christmas, I'm gonna send y'all, every last one of you motherfuckers, a box of Costco brand ketchup. Just email me your address, but I digress. Now let's get into the topic of the video. The topic of this video is Dominican woman finessed him for $10,000. Now you probably wondering how the hell she was able to get 10 racks out of this guy. 10,000 US dollars at that. Well, let me explain. So you got a young guy in his early 30s or whatever, living in a Midwestern city. He was married for 5 years to a beautiful black American woman. Now, his guy had one of them loyal black American women. She was very loyal or whatever. One day he was working out at the 24-hour fitness, and he tried to hit on her mom. Her mom looked just as young as her. The mom politely told him, no, you look about around my daughter age. So what the mom did was end up giving him her daughter's phone number or whatever. And it was history from then on. Fast forward, they married or whatnot, and he kept asking his wife to like go to these crazy parties and shit. She didn't want to go. So one day they was in Kansas City, Missouri or whatever. She went to one of these parties. Long story short, she kind of got turned out or whatnot. Then they go back to their hometown or whatever. I won't go into detail because it's crazy. But she was an innocent woman, and because of this fool needed an excuse to keep being a degenerate on the side or whatever, he involved his wife into his crazy world or whatever, his degenerate world. And it wasn't no turning back. Make a long story short, he goes to work one day. To be exact, he lived in Chicago, Illinois. He goes to work, at the time he was working for BP Corporation downtown Chicago. Make a long story short, he goes to work, and usually he calls his wife every break he takes. Well, on this particular day, it was kind of strange or whatever. She wasn't really picking up the phone. So at his job, they got these small bottles of liquor for like the staffs and shit you can go drink. Well, he wasn't supposed to be getting them. He was just sneaking in, going in the room and stealing them. Kept drinking them, turning them up. The more his wife wouldn't answer the phone, the more intoxicated he got. So he hollered at one of his homeboys on the job and told him, I got to step out for a minute. I need to go check on my wife. Don't tell nobody I'm gone. He wasn't even supposed to leave. So he left in the middle of his shift to go see where his wife was located or whatever, because they kept their location and shit on. Make a long story short, her location was at one of the hotels or whatnot. That was at least like 5-6 blocks away from his job. He goes there, asks the hotel clerk or whatever about his wife or whatnot. The hotel clerk didn't want to give him this information, but when he said it was his wife, she pointed him to the right direction or whatever. He goes into the room, knock on the door. A dude came to the door, opened up the door. He looked over his wife butt naked, and another dude standing next to her butt naked. The other guy had just put his boxers back on apparently. He looking like, what the So the wife was like, I can explain, honey, I can explain. He like, nah, you ain't got no explaining to do. He walked towards her, and the guy was like, hey, bro, we didn't know she was married or whatever. She told us she was a single woman or whatnot. He went to his wife and he started yelling at her. He cussed her out. Then he hit her, punched her in the forehead. When he punched her, one of the guys walked towards him with a Chicago accent. Nah, Joe, nah, like, you ain't finna put your hand on no woman in front of us. They fucked him up in that hotel room. They beat him, man, they beat him mercilessly. His wife, while they was beating him, his wife was yelling, stop, get the F up off of him, that's my husband, stop. But they fucked him up. So the guys got dressed and he landed up on the hotel floor holding his ribs, moaning or whatever from the pain, cause they beat him up bad. They put on their clothes and they casually left the room. When they left the room, she told him, like he was the one that got caught cheating. I want a divorce. I can't take you being jealous no more and being overprotective of me or whatever. Then they went back and forth or whatever, and which was crazy. He introduced her to this lifestyle of being a cook, letting dudes sleep with his woman or whatever, and she got turned inside out. I guess he was mad because there was one of them particular times he didn't give her the permission to do it, and he didn't even know these guys. So plus the guys look suspect. They look like a couple of gang bangers or whatever from the South Side. So they didn't look like your typical white collar guy that he was allowing her to sleep around with, dudes that he knew that was in his circle. So she ended up asking for a divorce or whatever. He on the ground moaning or whatever, barely could talk or whatever, trying to cuss her out. She put on her clothes. She left. She said, when you get to the house, all your stuff gonna be on outside or whatever. Fast forward, they get the divorce. Months go by, he gets well or whatever. He decided he wanted to go out of the country and look for him a new woman there or whatnot. But before he did that, he kept trying to fix everything with his wife or whatever. Called her, asked her, you know, we can work this out or whatever, I'll forgive you or whatnot. So she gave him one more chance, but it was never the same. She barely even wanted to sleep with him whenever they went to bed together. She didn't even want to get intimate with him. One day, I guess she had a flat tire, and he called her to see what's taking her so long to get home from work or whatever. She gets on the phone. He hears a guy talking in the background. It was just a random dude helping her out with her car. He was like, who the hell is that? She explained to what was going on. You know, she had a flat tire. He said, to hell with this. I knew I shouldn't have took you back. This the very reason I'm going overseas and I'm getting me a real woman. I can't take you American whores no more. He hung up. She didn't call him back. I guess he was expecting to get a crazy reaction out of her. He was expecting to get a crazy reaction. But surprisingly, she didn't react. She didn't even call this guy back. So he called her back. The phone kept going to voicemail. She didn't even come back to the house they were staying at. She went to her mom's house. So he called her. She answered the phone. He was like, where you at? She said, I'm at mom's house. Why ain't you coming home? I can't put up with this shit tonight. You got issues. You need help. Go seek therapy, is what she told him. He asked her, could we go to family therapy together? She said, fuck no, I'm done with you. She hung up. He called her again because her location was turned off at this point. Where are you? She said, I'm at mom's. He was like, well, I'm about to come over there and pick you up. She said, I don't want to see you no more, motherfucker. Stop calling me, and hung up. He drove over there anyway. As he got to the house, he knocked on the door. Nobody answered. He kept knocking. Her stepdad ended up coming up to the door. What do you want? She don't want to have anything else to do with you. Well, he was like, please, just let me talk to her. I just need 5 minutes. The stepdad told him it's best that you leave. You don't leave, we're gonna call the cops. He left, went to go get back in his car. He sat there for a few minutes, got back out, went back to the door and knocked on it again. The stepdaddy came back, and the stepdaddy kind of a little furious at this point. Didn't I ask you nice to leave? Now, if you don't leave, I'm gonna get my gun and shoot your ass, is what the stepdaddy told him. The dude started crying like a little female right in front of the stepdaddy, thinking that was gonna make the stepdaddy change his mind and be like, well, damn it. Call his wife and tell her to come out to the front yard and talk to the guy. Nope, the stepdaddy was like, man, I've been there, done it. Just give her some time, let her calm down, and then come back over. Maybe we'll let you see her. He left, went back to the house, didn't get no sleep. The next day he went and bought flowers. Went back to her mom's house to put the flowers and the card on her windshield or whatever. Then he drove off. All day went by, he still didn't get no call from her. So, he went by the mom's house to try to go speak to her again. When he got there, his eyes got as big as 2 lemons. What the hell is this? She was with one of the guys that he caught her at the hotel with. The guy that she was with told him, if you don't want to repeat what just happened at that room, I suggest you get the hell up out of my presence, is what he told him. Well, without thinking, the husband went to the car and got his gun, and they had a standoff. They was going back and forth with her. The guy that she was with was telling him, bruh, it's best that you take me out right now, because if you don't, I know you stayed, and it's gonna be some problems. We coming looking for you. So the wife, she diffused the situation and just told the husband to leave or whatever. She'll be over at the house later on. Well, she never came by. He goes to work, and a private investigator or whatever comes to his job, bring him some court papers or whatever to show up in court. So his divorce or whatever. He didn't want to sign the papers or whatever, but eventually he went ahead and signed them. So one day, he goes to this Dominican restaurant or whatever near downtown, near the north. It's kind of like near downtown Chicago and close to the north side. He goes to this Dominican restaurant. When he goes in to order a plate of food, 2 Dominican women walked in. One was light-skinned, slim, petite, with tattoos, but she was gorgeous. The other one had to be about 5'6" or whatever, curvy, looking like walking poetry. She was poetry in motion. So he spoke to them. He asked them, where are you guys from? They said a DR or whatever. But they had moved to New York City and they was living in the Bronx. Then they left the Bronx and moved to Chicago. So after talking to them, he was really inspired to go to the DR. So months later, after meeting these 2 Dominican women, he never really, went out on a date with any of them. They was already married to Dominican men, but this inspired him to really want to go at this point. So he goes to the DR, and the first place he goes to is Puerto Plata. He didn't have much success in Puerto Plata because he didn't speak a lot of Spanish. He had some success, but not the success he had once he went to Sosúa. Now, Sosúa wasn't always really popular at the time when he went, but it was starting to get popular at this point. So he goes to Sosúa, and he said he couldn't believe his eyes. There was women. It felt like he stepped into a damn buffet or whatever. It was like 31 flavors. Dominican women and some Haitian women all over the places. Some of the Dominican women he ran across here got deported from the States. They went to the States and they got deported. They was living on the East Coast, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, but they got sent back to the DR. So he was meeting a lot of them that spoke English well because they used to live in the United States. But there was one he couldn't resist. She was kind of thick. She was thick in all the right places. But if y'all seen a picture of her, you would think to yourself, damn, bro, you could have got this ratchet looking Dominican woman in any hood in the United States. So he ended up talking to this one Dominican chick. They hit it off or whatever. Second time she ended up being a 304. Of course, it's Sosúa, 304 Central down there in the DR. He ended up hitting it off or whatever, pay for play. First few times he used protection. The last time he hit it off with her, he didn't use protection. What ended up happening, he ended up getting gonorrhea. He got burnt by her or whatnot. So he ended up getting that situation taken care of. Then he meet this bad Dominican chick. She was Haitian and Dominican mixed. It was another pay for play situation. Problem is, he ended up having feelings for her. So it got so bad, he started stalking her everywhere she went. Then he recorded her walking down the street with a white American guy and put it in one of the Facebook travel group saying, guys, if you think Dominican women are any better than American women, they really not. So he recorded her walking with this white guy, whatever, and then he put the caption or whatever, what was going on, what was the situation about. And a lot of the guys started clowning him in the comment section. What the hell you expect? That's 304. It's not like you went over there and you got a Dominican woman that didn't come from a 304 background. It's obvious she's the 304 and you in Sosúa. But he wasn't trying to hear that. His response was, well, you gonna pay regardless. You paying on it, you gonna pay where it is up front or on the back end. So why not pay up front? What he failed to realize is when you with a regular woman and you taking her out on a date, people call that tricking, or you taking her shopping, y'all in a relationship, she love you and you love her. Y'all both got a mutual agreement. You getting unlimited peace leave with her. That's your girl. You ain't gotta, I want some of that peace leave. Then she put her hands out, okay, $300. Then you pay her, then you hit it. It ain't one of them type of situation. So I don't know why dudes keep saying you still tricking, even if you got a regular girlfriend. That's bullshit. Y'all just trying to justify tricking. But I digress. So he done ran through a bunch of Dominican women in the DR, a bunch of them. And he ran across this one. He couldn't resist. He was at a restaurant eating one day. She walked in with these fishnet pants on or whatever, with the shades on, and he eating breakfast. He looked over his shoulders. They caught each other's eyes. They looking at each other. She was a 304, but he didn't give a damn. He went over there trying to turn a hooker into a housewife. So he get with this chick, makes love with her, whatever, and he falls head over heels for her more than he did for the first Dominican chick. Then he asked her, what made you get into the life or whatever? She was from some country part she was from the other side of the island of the DR but she was coming to Sasua to make money and going back home to her village to take care of her family. So he was asking her, is there a way I can convince you to stop being a 304 or whatever? He said that actually worked, but is it a way I can convince you to get out of the life or whatnot and be with me more? I can put you up on a salary, I can take care of you, you don't have to do this. I can pay you more money than you probably would make sleeping around with so many guys. Well, she agreed to it. At least he thought she did. So they move in together. He ended up getting an apartment. They move in, and she still wouldn't stop seeing other guys. She still was going out making that other money on the side or whatever. Eventually, he ended up getting his woman pregnant. They had a son together. When they had that son, she really turned into a demon. It got so bad, she started cussing him out, fighting him, slapping him upside the head. It's almost like she had some type of vendetta against him for no reason. So eventually, he got burnt out the DR. He moved back to the States. He told his mom he had a son back in the DR or whatever. The mother was like, you need to bring your son back over here. I'll help you take care of your son or whatever. So he ended up hitting his Dominican baby moms on WhatsApp, asking what would it take to get my son to come to the United States with me. She said, you would have to pay for both of us to come over there. I don't want my son coming to the States alone or whatever. I want to come over there with him. I'll be a good woman to you. Well, this dummy fell for it. But when he got back to the DR, she was pregnant again, because this was like months later after the son was born, like about almost a year. She was pregnant again by another guy, by another American guy. So he was like, well, fuck this, I just about had it. He tried to negotiate an agreement with her. He told her, I'll pay you $10,000 to get full custody of my son, to take my son back to the States or whatever. She agreed. But the next day when they met up, she was acting kind of funny. Then she told him, I don't want $10,000. I want $20,000. They had a big argument to the point hands was thrown. Of course, she was swinging on him or whatever. So eventually weeks went by and she agreed to pay him the 10 grand. I mean, she agreed to accept the 10 grand. Once he paid her the $10,000, she went MIA. 2 months went by. He couldn't find her nowhere. Eventually, she showed her face back up in Sasua. And he was able to eventually get custody of his son, but he had to go through hell and back to get custody, even though he already paid this woman 10 racks to get custody of his son, to take the son back to the United States or whatever. To this day, he was able to get his son, but it took a long time for this shit to happen, because he had to do a lot of fighting. By the time he was able to take his son and get him to move him to the United States, the son was damn near 2 or 3 years old. Well, long story short, he comes back to the comes back to the United States, and he gets calls from her. I want to see my son. Is there a way you can fly me over to the United States or give me some type of visa to come to the United States to spend time with my son? He said, nope, I wouldn't dare do that for you. You show me who you really are. You're the type of woman, if I help you get a visa to come to the States, you would try to say I abused you, and then you automatically put me in a situation where you'll get some type of free citizenship. So he didn't want to do it. So they agreed that he take the son back to the DR from time to time to spend time with the mom. One day he took the son back to the DR. They went missing again. His plan was to stay over there for only a week so she could spend time with the son, where he ended up staying for 3 weeks because he couldn't find her nowhere. Then after a while, she came back, she brought their son back. And before she brought the son back, she was with a gang of Dominican dudes. They demanded 5 more grand for him in order to take the son back to the United States. And as I'm reading this story on the email, I'm like, damn, there's some suckers going to these countries. Y'all talk about American women, but y'all sure getting finessed bad as hell by these women in these foreign countries. Maybe y'all need to look in the goddamn mirror. Maybe it was the type of American women y'all was going after in the first place. Now y'all going to these other countries and y'all going after the same type of women, but y'all learning they better at finessing men than American women are. Cause I don't know how American women are able to finesse a guy. You gotta be a lonely sucker to pay a woman like Ruby Rose $62,000 and say you got finesse. That's all your fault. But now y'all starting to go to these other countries and y'all doing the same shit. Long story short, he decided to never take his son back to the DR because he didn't want to end up in a situation like he previously did when he went to the DR. And the mother doesn't show back up to Sasua with the son. She stays in her hometown, wherever she's from. And the crazy part about it, he stated he still don't know what part of the DR she's originally from. That's why when you meet these women in these countries, you gotta vet them. You vet women everywhere, whether it be the States or whether it be abroad. And that's why I'm trying to tell Austin Holloman. Y'all stop thinking with your small head. Getting some of JJ is cool. But It doesn't make sense to sleep with these women and you don't know if they got a crumb snatcher or a child already. You don't know their upbringing. You don't know nothing. At least if they speak some English and I can speak their language, I meet them at the bar, some in these countries. And I before we even leave the bar, I know they damn childhood. That's how I know so much about Thailand and the culture and the background and how the women get down and how the family use the women as a 401k plan or a retirement plan or whatever. That's how I know so much because I vet the women but I wasn't doing it when I first got to Thailand. That's how I ended up with that story, my first bad experience with a Thai woman. After that experience, I started vetting everybody I met after that shit. And that's why y'all quit. You need to stop listening to these guys. Just because a woman speaks softly and feminine don't mean you supposed to let your goddamn guards down. Stop that dumb shit. Y'all so damn bitter with American women. Y'all go abroad or y'all look on a YouTube video and y'all see a woman being friendly and submissive. Y'all dumbasses assume she friendly. You don't even know that damn woman. You ain't never met her in person. How the hell you know she damn feminine and she loyal and submissive? Dumbass, she could be a damn 304, which most likely, most of them be 304s. But then you dumbass dudes make a lot of assumptions. I've had issues with American women too. But as I travel this globe, I'm learning women are more alike than they are not alike. The difference is the cult, it's the religion in these countries and the upbringing. But women could be flaky worldwide. Ask Floyd. Floyd said more women don't flake out on him in Brazil than in the United States. So that should tell you something. Then 1 minute you guys be like, well, you gotta have game. Bitch, make your mind up. Y'all say you don't need game to talk to a foreign woman. Which one is it? You suckers want y'all cake and eat it too. But I digress. Make sure you like and subscribe. That'll be the end of this video. And until next time, I'm out. 1.